Welcome to EVE Online. I'm Major Freak, and this is round 2 of getting the hell out of Dodge. Being a bit complacent and domain mining research wardecced has recently, hoping just local targets of opportunity, and that's it. But yeah, they are known to attack high sec targets like upwells, and they're tough. So the silver lining is I'm knocking all the dust off my complacency and moving things I don't really use a lot into NPC stations, and moving my clones out of my astrahus for now, just for safekeeping, because you gotta wait each time, right? So I'd rather play it smart and do it right, and hope for the best, but plan for the worst. So I'm getting my alpha characters on my laptop done, and at the same time doing the domains on the PC. So I don't have a clone here. It's off in Monarch for bumping purposes, to help out some anti-piracy people. Rare thing in the game, yes. So I'll just be shuttling ships right now. For this character, this one has a very expensive probe implant, so that's why I want to do this next, and it's the kind of the most important one to do. I've lost too many of these very valuable implants, so keep them safe. And what I'll do is I've got my main here, and I go to the place I want to move out the clone with my main clone, and I switch out. And of course, since it's a non-NPC, I don't get a cooldown timer. And then I simply jump into one of the ships, undock, dock at the nearest NPC, which is in this system. Alright. Always handy. Alright, and I just dock up here and get out, get in a pod, warp back, do it again, keep doing it until they're all done. And once I'm done, well, actually, the first step is pretty easy, because all I have to do is jump to my main and then continue the shuffling process. I should actually move this over here. Never happy with the placements of my stuff. Always moving them around. Get up there? Possibly. I don't know. Anyway, so, yeah, so eject. And jump. And there, oh, and there I'm done for this character for today. And I shuffle the ships from this station over to the NPC, and then I go about my business and wait till the next day, and then I do it all again from another station. No need to try to shuffle all the stuff, just, you know. Alright, none of my astrahus has been shot at yet. That's a good thing. It's nice they're not pot shotting it to tick us off. I thought they'd actually go for our astrahus right away, like as soon as the war started, but they're either A, busy elsewhere, or B, are going to be slow ramping it up. you know, ratcheted up, and because they slaughtered CVA in Providence, you know. So I don't know how their tactics were there, but it's going to be smaller scale, and I'm sure whatever they want to do, they can do. That's the unfortunate thing. Ooh, there's a clear ice belt in Losec. Might want to go deal with that later. Everything else is kind of locked down. Yeah, they've got a lot of guys roaming about. Let's get everybody going. So, I don't need to do anything here. It's kind of a placeholder, so I don't need to worry about it at all. So I'll just jump into that ship, and since I have a low amount of ships, I'll go into Corp and start dragging some ships over to help shuttle it faster. And anything else I can just use, if it gets attacked, I can just use a neutral bowhead to move everything out. And just, I don't really care about that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good. That's good. I can close that out. I don't need to worry about it now. Speed one, so we'll jump that. And I've got my character sheet mapped to page up and my inventory to page down. And I'll grab some more. Go. And can leave you. Take you. Okay, 5 there. 5 there. A bit more there. Awesome. And of course, my one Nirvana. For Abyssal, until I realized I don't like that kind of thing, unfortunately. So you can get one more. Take that one. Actually give you that one. There we go. Yeah, I had a Gistex in one of the stabbers. It was crazy. Yeah. Silly me. Okay. And there we go. And form it. Jump. Cool. Yeah, don't have a war target here, so there could be neutral scouts about. You always have to be careful of that. And I don't have tether, of course, because that's done. Because I don't have core. Figured it was too attractive a target, but got wardecked anyways. Cross the fingers. Oops. There we go. That'll make it easy. Yeah, I love my custom overview. I haven't changed it since last summer. Of course, last summer is when I was at my peak of playing during the lockdown. Hopefully the squeaky chair is not too loud. Leaning over to deal with my laptop.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. Docking permission requested.
Yeah, the nice thing about this is I can still see war targets on my overview when either do just stargates or just dock. It's yeah, it's you can also see them all ships on your directional scan too. It's kind of interesting what you can do with a customized overview. Okay, so you definitely need taken care of. You do not. You do not.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Oops. Yeah. Sometimes I have some errors when I try to do opening inventory. You can use page down, right? If you got it mapped to a hotkey, right? You can open it while this is open because I'm jumping to an upwell. Sometimes I have problems actually keeping them unbugged when I do that, unfortunately. Sometimes I'll get a double inventory from two stations. It's bizarre. Right, we are good to go. Lol. Yeah, I like to keep my cash and all in one spot. I only keep my guys with like 5 million each. Not a whiz at math, so. Or memory, rather. Never have been. Alright, done. Okay, that's done. Yeah, see? Absolutely, totally weird. Yeah, so I don't know whether closing that will fix it, or if I should just leave it open and hope that it'll eventually fix itself. Yeah, it's just weird. So I'm going to try to leave it open here, and I'm going to try to... Oh, it's taken care of here. Bizarre, huh? It's so weird. Yeah, the game is really starting to act up now. They're just adding so much crap on top of crap and hoping to look good to their investors, and it's just starting to get worse and worse. It's really bad. Yeah, and when there's a problem, they just throw their hands up in the air and leave, you know? Go make some new thing, you know? Yeah, it's quite bizarre. They really ought to get rid of that jump animation. It's just not working. It looks cute, but the functionality is just bugging it's causing bugs in so many other things. I mean, if you watch that the first Battle of Martha, it was the armor timer. You saw in the beginning one of my bombers was just refusing, just giving up these false readings of no power, and I tried relogging before that video, and it was just really bugging the hell out of me. And it started when I noticed some weird stuff when I jumped. It wasn't the crash to desktop thing. It was the the disconnect thing. Disconnect from the server problem. It was just, yeah, it just went weird. Yeah, it was so bizarre. Unfortunately, I wasn't taking a video then, so I wasn't able to record that one for posterity, but I'm sure you'll bump into it soon enough.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
The nice thing, even in the only thing that makes a pod vulnerable are smart bombs and bubbles in nullsec, right? Smart bombs in low, bubbles in null and worm. And if you're in high or low and you're in a pod and there's no smart bombs around, it's pretty much you're invulnerable unless you go AFK and get caught on a gate. It's a fairly foolproof way of getting around. I highly recommend it. Yeah, if you know what you're doing, you will not get potted, and you can have implants while in low and high, because it's just the days of smart bombing battleships on gates is thankfully long gone. It'll come back. It'll be a fad again, at some point. But yeah, if you are getting shot at and know you're about to die, just calmly select a celestial that you can warp to, and as you're dying, before you die, just start spamming warp to that celestial, and you will bug out before they can do anything. Even if they have insta-lockers, it is just the way it is. If you're calm and collected, and you have the right overview, you can GTFO, and there's no worries ever. Of course, if you go into wormhole and null, don't wear implants, you'll just lose them. There's so many bubbles about. Yeah, I'll do Arera, and then I'll probably do I want to do the nearest and then go out from there. I want to do Mamenkanar next, but I might think of doing a Bashakru, the Claymore next, because it's, well, the talisman implants aren't that expensive. So maybe I should do another one. It's all about what's the most critical expensive implants you've got. And that would probably be in Sharia. But I'm not too worried about Sharia. It's the furthest from where they're coming from, the enemy, So it might not be really on their radar. I don't know how they're all going to operate, but the way they're ramping up. I think I still have it on my, nope. There we go. Did I send it off already? Nope, I don't. Alright. Yeah, we got wardecked, and then we got wardecked by another alliance, and then we got wardecked by an even big, so it was like a small fry, bigger fry, and really, really big fry. So it was like, wow. It was pretty freaky. But this is me dealing with this is me dealing with the biggest fry, because the others I never bother. It's like they're always high sec multi-boxing, one man corp or alliance, and it's, you know, you're not worried. I mean, the stuff I have, it'll pressure a multi-boxer would be hard pressed to survive my Astra, but somebody like Arton, like Domain Research and Mining, I don't call it Arton because they named it from where they're really based at, the system, and I don't really call it Arton a lot. I just call it Domain Research and Mining. So if anybody's wondering why I don't call it Arton, that's why. Yeah, and it's if you divvy your ships up between each other and just share the ship, share the load, it becomes incredibly fast. And you start to think, oh, can this other character fly these ships I'm using? And sometimes the answer is yes, and you can actually make a permanent switch to your who's flying which ships. Which is kind of really important when you've got multiple characters. It's difficult to figure out.
Docking permission requested. Docking permission requested.
Division of labor for characters.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. Docking request accepted.
Yeah, I'll probably do Memen Kanar, even though it's... Well, I don't have any... Yeah, it's just... I keep forgetting I've got my implants for Memen Kanar up in Monarch. So all those are out. I don't really need to do that until it's actually attacked, and then I can just move my ships to the NPC in system. Easy enough. Jeez. Yeah, I'll have to ponder that for a while. I think what I should do is just remember, just don't try to read their minds about where and what they're going to attack. Just move out your most expensive clones to the NPCs, and that would be Morningstar in Seiradih, right on Fancy Gate. So I'll move those out. And then I'll just do pretty much all of Seiradih's first, and then move on to Bashakru, because the Bashakru implants, of all of them, I'm not too worried about the implants stored there. They're not that expensive compared, so... So that's what I'll probably do. And there's enough NPC stations that I can do all three in system, which is two. I went a little bit crazy with Astras and Shuria. I could have put one in Nirai, for Christ's sake, but no, I just like Shuria for some silly reason. I don't know why. Yeah, the astrahus is below 1,000 kilometers below the Ministry of Internal Order state downwards undocked. So I got a little bit carried away. It doesn't take long. I mean, if you just share the ships and you do it the way I've done, it's very quick. Whereas if you've got one player with like 10 ships and the others with hardly any, and you don't, and you bugger them off somewhere or log them or whatever, it takes quite a while, and I'd rather be doing other things right now than shuttling ships. So the faster it's done, the better. And I do this undock thing because to me it's faster if I can get everybody out at once if I need to squad warp. If I'm undocking in pods and I'm trying to be careful, like say if I'm in a system where there's war targets or somebody gate camping or anything, I'll do them slowly, one at a time, and leapfrog them from one system to the next. Usually wait till one's undocked and warping until I undock the other one, and that gives me enough time to shuffle everything without accidentally going AFK or not being able to order a warp quick enough and I get targeted. That would be bad. But the invulnerability with undocking is a wonderful thing. But still, sometimes you could be hit with lag, which is really bad. That's not a good thing. Yeah, I would hate to jump into a system and just have that horrible new bug after the jump animations got coded with enemies right there. Oh, that's brutal. I think that's probably happened to a lot of people. Yeah, CCP really needs to revert that. It looks pretty, but Jesus guys, come on, just stop screwing with your customer base. You know, if you haven't got it right at all, don't do it, you know? I think they wasted a lot of coding time on something they're going to eventually have to realize they have to rip out because it's causing so many issues and customer frustration too. I mean, it's not just happening with the people with multiple accounts, it's happening with everybody. And if it happens with a new player, what's their retention rate? 0. They'll just know, like, yeah, I'm out, you know? And it's not like we pay a lot up front. They start free. So we're talking about alpha accounts who are just going no thanks and never paying CCP any money, you know? It just seems madness to court disaster like that just for aesthetics or some graphics programmer's pride. It's like, you know, figure your game out first, you know? Yeah, it's just so silly. Yeah, there are so many cosmetic bugs. But to have a cosmetic thing create functional bugs, yeah, that's like, yeah, guys, come on, get rid of it. But they're Icelanders. They're famous for being arrogant. We know best. Which is weird because, you know, it just... You'd think people in cold, small climates with small population would be not that way. or at least be humbled by it, by the elements and stuff. But maybe they take it as signs of invincibility. I don't know. You haven't a clue. But yeah, to me, it's not game breaking. It, even if I do get caught on a gate like that, it's not the end of the world. You know, adapt or die kind of thing. You know, if you couldn't take the joke, why did you join, right? Alright, I got everybody out. This is great. And, get 2 more. Right on. And we're happy. And I'll probably send my guys off to pick up the viters they left in another station in Memenkanar. And yeah, I don't know what I'll do. I'll think of something. But this war is going to make things very interesting. Maybe I'll go mine in Losec. That would be fun. Yeah, and when you're in a war, always wait till you've finished something before you start wandering off with your other tunes in pods to pick up other things. Because all it takes is one distraction and all your guys are AFK on a gate and blap. You're all dead. Yeah, it's just controlling unnecessary deaths, that's all.
Docking request accepted. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
It's funny in the beginning because when you're a noob, you lose so many ships. It's just insane, especially in missions. You're like, oh, there's another one gone. Back to mining because I'm broke now. And when you get wiser, it's like you can afford to lose stuff, but you're just so used to being careful, stingy and organized and stuff, paranoid. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Let's see if my sandcastle gets washed away. Love making sandcastles below the tide line. Building them above the tide line is just silly. What are you doing? Vanity project. Yeah, but if my sandcastles get washed away, well... Yeah, I mean, CBA got washed away. And that was... It was neat, it was cute. But honestly, in Eve's world, it was... Somebody was eventually going to break tradition and go for them hardcore, you know. It was going to happen. And now the people who rolled over CVA are throwing tendrils in our direction, which is uncomfortable. So we shall see. Alright, so you're done. And I think everybody's good. We can leave the rest, really. We don't need to worry about it. We could always freighter it out in a neutral alt later. Oh yeah, totally. Get all that easily. Oh yeah, totally. Alright. There we go. And one more, and we are completely done. Awesome. Yeah, and that's how I do it. I'll just head off to Memenkanar, dock up at the NPC, get my viters again, and think of something to do in the meantime. Well, when dealing with war targets like the easy to deal with ones, you know, the usual wardeckers, it's pretty simple. because they have to go to sleep. And typically you're awake when they're not. Or I'm lucky enough to be awake when they're not. So I've got all this time while this one-man alliance or one-man court wardecker is asleep. With Arton, it's with domain research. And yeah, it's going to be a trip, that's for sure. Hello. Awkward. I don't think I have a tactical above... Yeah, I don't. You can actually use the micro warp drive or afterburner for a little bit while you're cloaking. It's kind of interesting. You get a cycle out of it. It's kind of cool. All right. What's that? Nope. Is that uncomfortable amount of people in here? And we're all done. Don't have anything back there. Nope, I don't. Good. Let's do this. So, off we go. Oh man, that's awkward. It's like, I have to go to sleep, so it's going to be a case of, oh boy. Because I won't be able to be up 24/7 like these guys can be because there's so many of them. I'll eventually have my Astra unmanned, and honestly, if they have enough of them, they won't really care. That's the thing. So worrying about it is the least of my problems. Because it's happening. Gotta get comfy with the idea. Alright. Probably get my alt to check it out. Log him on.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Okay, one in here, three in here. Oh. This is not good. How close am I to the... Yeah, I don't see anybody, so I'm just gonna knock up. And they're probably... No, they're not right there. Oh boy.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Yeah, getting awkward.
Active. Docking permission permission requested.
What the hell am I doing? What am I... What the...
Docking request accepted.
I'm really confused here. Oh, I was aligning her. I'm so used to seeing bugs now, I just assume it's a bug.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. Active. Warp drive active.
Alrighty.
Warp drive active.
Ah, somebody just docked up.
Requested.
Or was he docked already? Who knows? We shall find out.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Alright, let's log my gunner back in, see what's going on here. Yeah, there's going to be no chance of me stopping anything. And unfortunately my timers are for, I think, 1100. Because that's the time of day I can guarantee I'll be home. Because I'm either working in the morning or at night. So it's like, I can't do it at 0100 where everybody else is awake. So it's kind of annoying. But there are some people who are operating at that time of night. But yeah, there's if they're going after our upwells, there's no chance in hell of doing anything. I could make it interesting for them, but that's it. I could practice upwell combat, but that's it.
Docking permission
Which would be fun,
Docking request accepted.
but yeah. Well, I actually don't have an undock for this, so
Warp drive active.
something I should get now. And I'll just log. I'll just check my guys. Let's see. Oh, be intact. I'll take control of it. Oh boy. Okay. Well, they're shooting at it. Well, we'll see what I can do.
Warp drive
Right.
active.
Thanks for watching. I'll get other stuff going on.